Do I hear you? What will I hear?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you, I think.
How's my hair?
That's good. You look great.
How to prepare them. Starring Meredith McGrath, registered dietitian and coordinator of the Health Sense program at Red Nerves. And Chef Tim, executive chef and director of food service at Red Nerves. The views expressed on Food for Thought are not necessarily those of the staff, management,
Hi, this is me
or
talking in a
sponsors
normal
of
volume.
8:30
Okay.
a.m. WEEU. And now,
Just a minute.
here are your hosts, Meredith
down in a second.
and Chef Tim.
Count us down in a second. Okay, we're ready to count us down. Ready, Matt?
Yep.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Redner's Food for Thought right here on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. You can catch us over there. That's the radio dial, 8:30 a.m. Don't forget to catch us on Facebook as well. Facebook Live. We are live broadcasting right now online and on the radio, and we are here back in Meredith's kitchen. I'm Andy P. To my right is Meredith. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Boy, that month went fast.
Yes, it did.
Weren't we just here?
I swear, I was like, didn't we just do this last week?
Well, we are a little bit early,
Yeah, a little bit.
but that's because fall's here. We're super excited. Halloween is next week, and we gotta start our planning.
Sure, for sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm already planning Thanksgiving. Oof.
I know. And you talked to me about that today. He's like texting me. He's like, when are we doing the Thanksgiving show? I was like, well, we always do it on Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, maybe that's not a good idea. But it's always fun for us.
Yeah, I don't mind
I
it.
love doing it on Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I literally
because-
couldn't remember what we did last year.
Well, honestly, I have so many good Thanksgiving recipes
Great.
that maybe it's helpful to get them out a week ahead of time. You know, tried, true, tested, get it out to everybody so they could, use some new recipes.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
But I could not help myself for this month because we have a very special guest, and I have been waiting for her ever since she promised that she was going to come.
Okay.
So this is Reba Guzman, and she is straight from Washington State, not Washington, D.C., not right around the corner. She got on an airplane and flew all the way across the country to be here with us tonight.
Wow, your arms must be tired.
I know, right?
All that's happening.
No, thank you so much for having us. It's just so much fun to come out and tell all your shoppers and your employees and everybody to...
So Reba hit a few Redners earlier today,
Okay.
and she, of course, was talking about her babies, and we'll get into that a little bit.
Okay.
But the delicious SugarBee apple and the ever so fun crisp sweet miniature apple,
Look at those little
the
guys.
Rocket.
Perfect.
I mean, I was in a store with her earlier today, and the guest response were absolutely, like, mind-blowing. They're like, wait, this is a little apple?
Yep.
Like, do you get that a lot?
Yeah, most small apples are underdeveloped. They're lacking flavor and color. And so the Rocket is a fully mature miniature apple.
Wow.
And so the East Coast isn't really used to miniature small apples. And so coming out here, people were like, is this real? Do I eat the whole thing? And I was like, yep, you sure can.
And I will never forget when I was first introduced to this particular apple. It was many years ago. It was Mac,
Yep,
of course.
yep.
It was Mac at a produce show. We were most likely in California is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it was brand new. And most of the market haven't even seen the Rocket apple. Well, definitely on the East Coast. We definitely did not. But it was the coolest thing. And back then, and maybe it still is, but it was merchandised in a tube. So it was super quick and convenient, and it was really great for convenience stores, gas stations, etc. And now we've come such a long way, and they're available in larger quantities, which is great for guests. My kids have eaten so many of these already today. They just they're on their way now to cheerleading practice and all this good stuff.
Yeah.
But they're like, Mom, can I have another one? Can I have another one?
Aww.
And it's so great to know that they would rather this apple, because it's so delicious, than over in the pantry getting out
Right.
chips and
Yeah.
junk and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So it has a great taste to it. It's great for little hands, little mouths, but it's also great for big kids
Yeah.
and big mouths, right?
It's perfect snack size. I had a lot of kids that just really loved it today. It was just perfect fit for them. And then a few elderly folks that really appreciate it.
Yes.
It's not too much, it's not too little, and it's just that perfect snack size.
So
it's been fun.
when I ran into Reba at the store today, there was a guest who came up to her and she's like, "Oh, I've been looking for these apples." She said, "My friend had these apples and she made this recipe." And then she went on to tell us the recipe. And of course, Reba and I stood there with like full ears. But it just went on and on and on. So it was like a pumpkin and some cookies. And it was almost like she made a dip or something.
Wow.
But it sounded very cool. But it was pretty involved. But it all circled around the rocket apple. And she was so appreciative to see that we carried it.
Right.
So we're excited for that. And before I forget to mention, starting tomorrow, this huge 2-pound bag of these delicious miniature apples is $3.99.
Hey, nice.
So after you see and listen to all these delicious recipes tonight and snack ideas and snack solutions, make sure you hit up Redner's Markets tomorrow, whoever's close to you, and grab this bag for $3.99 because that's a heck of a sale.
Deal.
That's a really good sale. So, and I definitely want to talk more about, an hour's not going to be enough with Reba. I am telling you. She is just, her history and her family's history is amazing.
Yeah.
But sticking with the rocket apple, how long did it take to develop that apple, basically?
Yeah, fully mature miniature apple.
Yep. So it was actually developed in New Zealand.
Okay.
My cousin found it, and my family and our partners are the only ones with the patent in the U.S. to grow it. It takes about 5 to 7 years for a tree to go from a rootstock to fully developed and producing the fruit.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you have a tree in the ground that's just
Doing nothing for 5 to 7 years.
Well, you just
growing.
that it's growing good fruit.
Exactly, right? That's the
yeah.
scariest part about, being in charge of an orchard or having
Yeah.
one. You watch the trees and you're like, only 5 more years to go.
No, yeah, it's been fun watching the rocket kind of come along in the market. Pre-COVID, it was just not an option. People didn't want a small apple. It's not normally what you would buy.
Right.
But yeah, during COVID, when people were really locked in, kind of stuck at home, it was a quick, easy, convenient thing to have, and it was easy for kids. And then post-COVID, it's really taken off, and we're just seeing it everywhere. And shout out to my buyer, Vincent and Mark, for taking on my wacky idea.
I know Mark's watching. I know Mark is definitely
bringing
watching.
the rocket out here. They were very skeptical at first, and I just kept pushing them. And yeah, no, we were really excited to have it in Redner stores and out here on the East Coast. It's
We love
pretty
apples
exciting.
over
Perfect.
here. We love apples.
And so your company, Shalon Fresh, give us some more information about that, because I had a great time today checking out your website and learning. I feel, we met earlier this year and I got to know a little bit about you and your family, but to actually read the stories and 4th and 5th generation, to watch the videos. Your grandmother is hilarious, by the way. The story she told about meeting her husband.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this woman really saying the story? And it was so real and so authentic and genuine. And to know that this family is single-handedly responsible for all of this delicious fruit, it's crazy.
Yep, yeah. So I'm a 5th generation farmer out of Washington State. My great-great-grandpa came out with an apple seed in his backpack from Nova Scotia.
Oh.
He came out, he's famous for asking, what can a man do to start a life out here? And they told him to plant his apple and to start logging. So we started with a logging mill, and they were actually building the apple boxes for the local orchardists.
Yeah.
And then my great-grandma took on the warehouse, and my great-grandpa took on the orchards. And then we had a cattle operation also.
Yeah, sure.
And so it kind of took off from there. My grandpa was an only child, and he wanted to make something big enough for all of us to come back to.
Wow.
And so I have 20 cousins, and I think 18 of us are back at home working for our company. it's amazing to be able to work with your entire family.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah, for anyone who's listening on the radio, she is smiling when she said that. In case you couldn't quite get the tone, she is excited truly to be working with her family.
Yeah, there are days, but I go in. I help caretake for my grandma, and so I go and check on her every day. And so even if I'm mad at one or most of my cousins, she'll let me vent it out, and then she'll say, "All right, well, get along."
You got this.
But yeah, no, it's just a great privilege to be able to work with my family, and we all are truly passionate about what we do. But yeah, no, my grandpa helped develop the Lapin cherry. So we grow apples, pears, and cherries.
Cool.
So he helped develop the Lapin cherry. He brought in the Granny Smith, and he helped bring the Fuji apple from Japan.
Oh, wow.
We use Japanese trainees. It's a college program that started years and years ago. And he was talking to one of the students about this apple. And he asked him if he could bring it when he came back. And he brought it, and they figured out how to develop it.
Wow.
And so that's kind of how the Fuji started. But yeah, so we've developed the Rocket Ear and the SugarBee. And it's all,
Which is one of our favorite apples in
Wow,
this
you're
household.
right. An hour is not going to be enough.
I told you. I know you would. I knew you would
I'm
be.
legitimately fascinated by this.
Yeah.
I just love the idea that your grandfather came over here and you were like, "What should I do to start?" And
Plant an apple seed.
folks were like, "Have you ever heard of Johnny Appleseed? How about Paul Bunyan?"
We just had Johnny Appleseed Day, by the way. He does actually have a national day. It was
John
like
Chapman.
2 Fridays ago or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, pretty cool.
So I guess I have lots of questions. We may not get to all of them, but talk to us about Washington State and what makes Washington State so special and just an ideal place for these apple orchards. You know, we do have local growers here, local farmers, and in the Northeast we have plenty of apple farmers.
We do.
And we do source some of those as well, but yet we have this great partnership with Shalon Fresh where we do get apples really year-round, and that's what makes apple so great, is that it is a healthy, nutritious snack option, recipe option, which, you know, we're not only going to explore snacks today, we're going to talk about how to incorporate them into recipes.
Oh, yeah.
And as a registered dietitian, that totally excites me because it's not something as an afterthought. It's not just once in a while when I'm extra hungry. We want to make sure, you know, fruits and vegetables are in every single meal on every single plate, because that's how we're really going to enjoy our food, add texture, add color, add nutrition, add that bulk instead of fat, carbs, and all that other
all the extra stuff.
What makes Washington so great?
I would say our area specifically, we are a very high elevation, mountainous area, and my grandpa was famous for planting orchards on sloping hills.
Okay.
It allows the air to flow better, so you don't have a solid cold spot or a hot spot. The air kind of flows naturally. And then we're also on the Columbia River, so we have rich soil with the river right there.
Sure.
And so I would say we have high elevation, we have the river, and then our winters get very cold and our summers get very hot. So it's like optimal growing conditions.
Oh, wow.
Very cool. And again, there's a lot of information on your website. Can you tell us the website?
ShalanFresh.com.
Okay, perfect. So everybody, I really recommend that you check it out. You're going to see a lot of your favorite fruits, that are actually branded, and you're going to learn a lot about farming. And I think it's so awesome to read about this family and to see, you really are supporting a local family farm, even though they're not right next to us. It is still, homegrown in the United States of America, and they are a great family. But what I was surprised to read was about how much of the technology that you use. I think sometimes people think, farmers, they're antiquated and, they don't have the money to improve their land and to improve some of the technology, but that's not necessarily the case.
No, you think you can feed 300 million people using antiquated?
Exactly,
No, I don't think
right.
so. I don't think so.
The technology has come along so much just since I've been around. When I was little, the packing warehouse specifically was just hundreds of people hand sorting and hand packing the apples, and now we use robots and infrared lighting to check the inside of the apple.
Yeah.
And so we can get really specific on the defects and the measurements, what's allowable and what's not.
Okay.
So packs are much cleaner. Our CA storage is very sophisticated now. CA is controlled atmosphere.
I was going to ask, but I wanted to pretend I was cool and knew. Like, it was going through my head like, CA, Meredith, you got this. So thank you for that.
So we suck the oxygen out, and we have special machinery that measures the respiration of the fruit. So
Respiration, was that?
It's the way the fruit breathes.
Okay. Yep. I want to learn.
So we when you put an apple specifically into CA, you are bringing down the oxygen. So it's kind of like putting it to sleep. So it respirates much slower. So it ages much slower. At the time of picking, we pick the fruit so that it's the perfect ripeness, but it also allows it to age.
Yeah, sure.
So when we take that oxygen out and the fruit is respirating, it's at a very, very low level, down to like 0.008 of a...
You got that?
Let's make sure.
So it's just barely ripening. And then we monitor that through the year. So if you're eating a Red Delicious that was picked in October, but you're eating it in, I don't know, August, it should be as fresh as the day it was harvested.
Wow. And that's what I love about apples is they're so cost effective because they last. Yeah. You know, some of the other fruits that we may buy,
yes,
by the time you buy them, they're like, you got to eat them within a day or 2 days. And apples do have a little bit more staying power, which is really cool. Sure. So thank you so much for all that information. And we're going to continue to chat because I know Andy has a million more questions, and I do too. But we also have to start cooking. Yeah. So let's fire up the oven.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. You know, we got
we're just going to talk about apples.
We got to eat, Andy. You know that. And don't worry, we have sausage and bacon and cheese. So just relax, okay? We got that. So, we're going to fire up the oven.
Yep, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back after a few messages here on Redner's Food for Thought. Once again, if you're tuning in on 830 WEEU, you can also check us out on Facebook.com, Facebook live streaming. Just look for Redner's Warehouse Markets, and we'll be up there, and you can see all the delicious stuff that we got going on over here. More apple talk, more cooking on the other side, right here on Redner's Food for Thought.
Redner's Markets is a part of the Berks County community, proudly employee, local, and American-owned since 1970. Your support has made Redner's a staple, and your continued commitment is rewarded with the Redner's Rewards Program. Shopping at the markets earns you big savings with grocery deals, special offers and services, and supply savings. Rewards members save at the pump, too, with discounts on fuel prices at our 7 Redner's Quick Stops and many more select locations. Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's mobile app. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com. Cruise fans, get ready for a night of fun, food, and prizes. On Thursday, October 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m., join us at Saucony Creek Franklin Station Brew Pub at 100 South 7th Street in downtown Reading for our WEEU Cruise Night Out. This is your chance to meet fellow passengers, talk with me, Mike Keller, and bring your friends and family to learn more about our exciting upcoming cruise aboard the brand new Norwegian Aqua to Bermuda, along with our friends from Boscov's Travel. And don't miss out on the raffle drawing. Every ticket you earn is a chance to win amazing prizes, like movie passes, Reading Royals tickets, golf passes, lottery tickets, and so much more. It's all happening at Saucony Creek Franklin Station Brew Pub with a great menu, tons of easy parking, and an unforgettable night of cruise fun. That's Thursday, October 23rd from 6 to 8 p.m. Get more information up on Facebook.com/830AMWEEU under the events tab. We'll see you there.
Hey there, Joe. Your kid's becoming a real natural on that bike.
Yep, she's had plenty of practice thanks to the new sidewalk. Nice and level with no bumps or cracks thanks to Keystone Concrete.
Keystone, huh? What do they do?
Oh, they're the experts in lifting and leveling with their specialized method of material injection they've been perfecting for decades. I guess you can say they're the key to her success.
Yeah, Keystone Concrete sounds fantastic, but you gotta work on those jokes, buddy.
Can't blame a guy for trying. Check them out. KeystoneGuncrete.com. That's gun-crete with a K.
This is the sound of captivity. This is the sound of rescue. And this is the sound of freedom. Give Armenia's captive bears a second chance by supporting International Animal Rescue. Call 508-826-1083 or search The Great Bear Rescue to learn more.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates.
1 minute.
Dan, haven't seen you
1 minute
for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text BEAT to 231231. BEAT to 231231. BEAT to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I hear you, fam. Just about ready to count down. Just a second. Okay, I'm going to turn up everybody's mics. Make sure they're hot. Okay, there you are. Hello. Okay, ready, Matt?
Yes.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Good evening, folks. Welcome back to Redner's Food for Thought, right here on 830 WEEU. Also Facebook Live. Check out Redner's Warehouse Markets on Facebook. See what we got cooking. We're talking apples today, right, Mary?
Oh, apples, apples, apples. How we, the McGrath household, goes through apples. It is unreal. 3 kids, 5 total in the household. We all love apples. We live by the apple a day.
Yeah, no, they're like a perfect food, to be honest.
Well, you saw them. I mean, you witnessed it, so I'm not making this up. You know, we're always truth tellers on this show.
We do our best.
Always truth tellers.
Yes.
But 3 little kids, what did they all ask for before they left?
Apple led the game, right?
They all, and then they just started grabbing,
Yeah.
and then they ran out the door, and that is how their night went. So that's, and they did run right by the pantry, which they know house chips, applesauce, candy, all of the above, pretzels and all that good stuff. So they are loving Miss Reba, who is all the way here from Washington State and has been hitting up a few Redner stores. Tomorrow she will be in Douglasville at our Redner's Fresh Market and also at our Leesport Market, sampling these very delicious rocket apples. So if you are in that area, definitely stop by, say hello. She is a wealth of knowledge and we're so excited to have her. But we are going to get started on our first recipe.
Are these in the Health Sense magazine?
You know what? So, thank you for plugging me. Don't forget to pick up your Redner's Health Sense magazine. It is a big one. It's August, September, October. Ooh. There's only a week left. Wow. So if you're one of those slow to the market person who have not yet gotten this magazine, I suggest you get it because it is filled with lots of great stuff. And, of course, we do have SugarBee and Rock IT in here. Beautifully, Yay. They are in here, and then you can scan the QR code and find all of the recipes, and all of these recipes are either at Rock IT or SugarBee Apple, so you will find them. They have so many recipes, I struggled to pick what we were doing tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, I had to pick whatever was my favorite, and things that seasonally were very appropriate. So, again, Redner's Health Sense magazine, free in the store, and then also online at rednersmarkets.com.
Great.
So, what we are going to start off with is the cranberry apple brie puff pastry bite.
Sick.
I know. Awesome. But I love this because it's such a fall favorite. And you know, this time of the year, you're always like semi-entertaining, having people drop in, or sometimes you're running around so busy that you just want a snack.
Yeah.
And instead of grabbing the salty chip bag out of the pantry, these are only minutes.
Yeah.
And most of this stuff you probably have on hand, especially this time of year. So the oven is preheated to 375. We have a mini muffin tin already with some cooking spray. I found this hard to believe, but Reba is not a huge fan of cooking.
Oh, really?
No. So she was a tad bit intimidated when I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to make these recipes. And she's like, what do you mean? Yeah. What do I have to do? And I'm like, You got this.
So before I left, I went and saw my grandma, and I said, "Oh, I'm going out to Pennsylvania. I think I'm going to be on a cooking show." And she just said, "Oh dear."
Grandma Reba.
Yeah.
By the way, Grandma's name is Reba.
Reba?
Yep. So
Call me Baby Reba.
So
Reba.
Miss Reba, we got her. We're taking care of her, and honestly, these recipes are so easy that anyone can do them. And even as I was doing a little prep, I had like no real prep today because that's how easy they are.
Nice.
So in our medium bowl, we have 1 cup of cranberry sauce. So again, this time of year, try to, oh, it's upside down. Why do they do this? This always annoys me.
Oh, yeah. Put the
Why?
label on the
I
right
need
side.
to talk to the canning people, and
They
I
don't
do
think
talk
about-
to them, but why? No, there has to be a reason.
They don't think about food
Anyway,
hosts.
you most likely have this in your pantry. If not, make sure with the upcoming months that you do have this in your pantry.
Whole
So
cranberries.
we have the cranberry sauce and now the SugarBee diced apples. Reba, if you want to toss them in this bowl, that would be great. And then I thawed some puff pastry and cut it into little squares. So as you can see here, we have them here in the mini muffin pan all ready to go. So if you want to just give that a little mix and mix that up, that would be great. And then,
Take care of that.
hold on, I got to show you this.
What?
How can I get this far? Okay, so we were out shopping and we had to
That's
get
good
some.
apple. Sorry. It's a really good apple. Mm.
Did you eat an apple?
The one landed on the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were grabbing out of the bag.
Doing quality control.
There you go.
QC.
So, at Redner's in the deli area, we have a lot of really great options for brie cheese.
Yeah.
So you always want to be thinking, okay, what am I actually making? So this one, you had to like cube up the brie cheese. Well, look at this. I thought this was great. It came in a, what do you, I don't want to
Sleeve?
call it a tube.
Sleeve?
A sleeve, but it has, just a thin rind, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But it was so easy to cut.
Look at that.
Yeah, it was super easy to cut.
That's
And now
craft
all we're
already.
going to do is we're just going to push it down into the puff pastry.
Okay.
And then Rita is going to jump in.
Okay.
And you are going to just add a little bit of the cranberry applesauce on top.
I can do that.
Yeah, you got this. So you can see this is only taking us a few minutes.
Okay, yeah, this is super easy so far.
And then I will do a little spritz with some olive oil, and we're going to get this right in the oven, and it only goes in for about 15 minutes.
Is that it?
Until the puff pastry gets nice and brown, and then, of course, we want the cheese to get nice, melty, and gooey. But these are a fun, handheld little snack, great appetizer.
Do you think if folks could put their favorite spices on here, especially the fall ones, like cloves or cinnamon or something?
You certainly can do that. I do have some fresh rosemary that we're going to top. So we have
Good
some
idea.
sprigs of rosemary, and we're going to get those right on top. We will put that on.
Yeah, that'll go better with the brie, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with you. You could definitely do something with, gosh, if you get some melted butter on here. So now you're talking a little bit more sweet because the apples are sweet and the cranberries are a little sweet and tart, right?
Yeah, sure.
So we will get these into the oven. And while we're doing this, so again, we're using the SugarBee apple. Reba, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to do it.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Can you tell us what your favorite apple is?
Oh, no.
So did she not?
Hardest question.
When we were getting ready, she's like, "What questions are you going to ask?" And I was
Yeah,
like, "You got this. You don't worry
Easy
about it.
ones.
And they're all going to be super easy." And then as we're talking, and you could see the passion in her eyes and her love for all apples.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're putting her on the spot.
Oh, man. Actually, the SugarBee apple is my favorite.
Is it?
It's just so sweet, and I love a
I'm going to do a little spritz.
sweet apple. I'm a sugar head.
I like the sweet too.
Yep.
Not a fan of the pippin?
I'm always surprised when people ask for a pippin
It's an
because
acquired taste.
it's a very old variety.
Yeah.
A lot of those are used for pollinizers nowadays.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I guess
you're-
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's
So when Reba was out a few months ago and she was sampling the SugarBee apples in the store,
Yeah.
also a big hit. I'm not sure who gets better feedback, the SugarBee or the Rocket, but SugarBee himself came to our store. So this cutie patootie guy was dancing in front of our stores, in the stores, everywhere,
That's
and
cute.
people loved him, all except for one person.
Yeah.
There was one guest who was frightened by SugarBee, which SugarBee is the most like non-threatening. Yeah.
There's nothing.
I'm allergic to bees.
He was so cute. He was dancing so.
The size of that stinger. No.
But of course, that lends itself to be just very fun and cute. Their tagline, "Oh, honey, that's good," just again really builds that brand, and I think that's really cool. So we have the apple cranberry brie puff pastry in the oven.
Easy.
It's going to go in there just for a few minutes, but we're going to already get started on the next one.
Let's do it.
And this is the SugarBee apple brie flatbread with sausage and hot honey.
Oh.
I couldn't pass this one up.
It
just sounds so good. So we're going to start, and again, you're going to see totally how easy it is. So just have a cooking sheet here, a baking sheet, and you're going to get out some pre-done flatbreads, whatever is your choice. I picked a.
Good job.
I was getting ready I was going to surrender to you, Andy. But these are nice and thin. I'm a huge fan of the thin ones. And we're not putting a lot of like sauce. It's not going to get heavy, so they're not going to get soggy or anything.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to let you kind of get those to the side. Yep. And then if you want to grab the sliced apples and the brie over there, I am going to give just a little spritz here with some olive oil.
Okay. And this is always a good combo, savory with the sausage, sweet with the apple, and then really rich with the brie. Good thinking.
Okay, so Reba, if you want to start layering on some of the brie, we can get that here on the flatbread. So we're basically going to layer the brie and then the apples, and then we're going to put the sausage on, and then we're going to get it in the oven, and then when we take it out, we're going to do the hot honey and the thyme.
This is sounding remarkably easy to do.
You're excited, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, totally good here. So we'll let that go, and then we'll work on these sliced SugarBee apples.
Now, we pre-cooked the sausage, right, for listeners?
Yeah, and again, browning any kind of meat only takes a few minutes. We did that ahead of time just to save us a little bit of time here on the end.
But just in case there will be somebody out there that's like, do I just put them on raw?
Yeah,
Probably
thank you. And of course, you could use a mandolin to do the apples, or you could have someone who cuts them just so perfectly and thin. Thank you, Maddie.
It's really remarkably done.
Maddie, who is working to be a registered dietitian, is going to pop on next segment and talk to us a little bit about snacking with apples, which is really fun. And of course, we love to do that in our household. So we're almost finished here getting the brie and the sliced apples on. And by the way, I love the hot honey.
Yeah?
I love it. It's a little expensive, but it's one of those things that you don't need a lot of to get the impactful flavor. So that's really cool.
And some really good hot honey at the. You should go. I don't know if you've ever been. You should go to the Chili Pepper Festival.
You know what? I've always seen that, but no, I have never been there.
There's a lot of other food there besides chili peppers.
I like hot, but I don't. I like a little hot.
Yeah, just
kind of just like a medium type thing. So I'm getting the sausage on here kind of sparingly. I'm sure Andy is going to say, Meredith, on my slice, can you give me a little bit more of that sausage, please?
You said that you didn't want it to be soggy. We don't want it to be soggy with sausage.
But once that brie melts and it all then kind of sticks in there with the cheese, it's going to be really awesome.
Oh, sure.
And this should probably finish up about the same time. So if you think about it, these are really two great appetizers for the fall. So even if this is something that you do kind of like pre-Thanksgiving, I think that's totally awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You're sitting around watching football and getting ready for the big meal up ahead.
Hopefully helping in the kitchen.
Yes.
Also, if you're one of those people that hangs out in the kitchen while the chef's cooking,
I don't
just
let
stand in
anyone,
the doorway. Just get out of the kitchen.
I don't let anyone near me. I'm like, just get out. All right, so this is ready to go in the oven as well. We will let that go in at 375 as well.
Okay.
So now we have 2 recipes in there, sir.
Yeah.
So now we're just going to wait, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk apples and snacking.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break while we let our 2 apple recipes get going, get hot in the oven, and they're going to come out real fresh and real tasty. And that's on the other side after this short break here on Redner's Food for Thought.
Let Redner's take care of cooking with our chef-prepared meals available in all of our stores. Crafted by our executive chef, Redner's has you covered for every mealtime, featuring all your favorites like shepherd's pie, beef burgundy, mango salmon, and more. Got a special event? Let Redner's provide your party with everything you need with restaurant-quality items at a fraction of the cost. Plus, with our rotating menu of seasonal meals, you'll always find something new with our chef-prepared meals. Check out the menu at the market or order online at rednersmarkets.com.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
To find out how WEU can be your affordable advertising partner, call 610-345-7338.
Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards Program.
30 seconds.
At Redner's Markets and unlock big savings on groceries with fantastic deals like buy 3, get the 4th free. Redeem your points and save on fuel at one of our 7 Redner's Quick Stop locations throughout Berks County, and treat yourself to made-to-order sandwiches, fried chicken, coffee, and more. Discover tons of special offers, digital deals, and surprise savings available to rewards customers. Start saving today. Simply sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com.
Okay, well, I will count us down in a second. Meredith's all set. Okay, Matt, I'm going to count us down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, folks. We're here on Redner's Food for Thought on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. Don't forget, also on Facebook Live if you want to see what we got cooking. But you can listen just fine. And we are going to listen to Meredith McGrath and... who's this new person? I'm scared.
Maddie Bagnoni. Bagnoni. Yes. Bagnoni. Everybody with these hard last names.
What part of Italy?
I married into McGrath. It's so easy. So Maddie is studying at Westchester. She's going to get her master's degree, and she's going to become a registered dietitian. So she's spending a few days with me. I'm so happy to have her. She is fresh and new and has lots of really great ideas. She loves food, loves cooking, loves nutrition. So I asked her just to stop by tonight.
Yeah.
And she's excited to do that.
Very excited to join Meredith tonight. So
yes. So I thought this was a really good chance to give Miss Reba a break. She's had a very long... She's had a long couple days.
Long trip. And,
she flew from Washington. As soon
cook.
as she got here, she went to a Redner's store, then went to another Redner's store, and now we're just bombarding her with every question we can. She'll be in Redner's stores tomorrow, and then right away, back on a plane. I mean, the work ethic, I can't, it just blows my mind. And she does it all with a smile.
Well,
and
when you work with 15 cousins.
That's true. That's true. You know, that's good. We're going to ask her who the hardest working cousin is.
Yes.
And then we should call up Grandma Reba.
Yes.
We'll call up Grandma Reba and see.
We'll see what the real ours were.
Does Grandma Reba have a favorite?
No.
Okay, so Reba said it's her, which honestly, I feel if they share the same
I was going to
name,
say, that's why they named her.
she most likely is the favorite. So, but yeah, again, ShalonFresh.com was really a pleasure to watch the different videos and to read the stories about the family and to understand the technology and the future of farming. And we heard how some of these apples develop, and you know, we take for granted sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, if this was easy, we would all have apple trees in our backyard, right? We would all have gardens, but there's pests and there's considerations for soil and climate. We live in Pennsylvania, so we have the seasons. We don't all have great big yards to be able to do this stuff and to feed our entire family. So we are so lucky and blessed to have so many wonderful farmers throughout the United States. We just celebrated National Farmers Day it was like October 11th, I think, or 10th. It was a Sunday. And we have such great partnerships. And, just like Shalon Fresh and Reba and her family, most of the time we're dealing directly with people who are on the fields.
Yeah.
They're not salespeople. These are farmers. These are growers. They are people who know their crop, and they talk to us directly, and they want to make sure that we're getting the cream of the crop.
Yay, all right.
Cream of the crop. So we are happy to have the SugarBee apples and the Rocket apples available at Redner's. Don't forget, Rocket apples go on sale tomorrow for $3.99. So we're going to head right into Rocket apple recipes here, Maddie, and we find out they're not really recipes, right?
Yeah, no, they're super easy, super simple, and it takes only a few minutes, and they're really delicious.
Yeah, so you just finished cubing up some of these delicious Rocket apples, and these are called, let me get the name right, even though I feel you can make it up no matter what, Rocket apple bacon poppers.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
So Andy's really excited. Do you see the glimmer in his eye whenever he hears bacon?
I wouldn't like that.
That is true.
Vegetarian, I guess.
But, you know, when you and I were going through some of the recipes and we're trying to see, okay, you know, what's good just for like a little pick-me-up? But snacks also have to be quick and easy.
Sure.
Because when we're hungry, when we're hangry, we got to get moving. And this is as simple as cubing up the apple. And, of course, when Maddie and I went shopping yesterday, the pepper jack cheese is already cubed.
Nice.
You do not have to do it. It's quick, it's easy, it's affordable, it is in produce.
Oh,
I
okay.
did learn that yesterday.
Thanks.
It's terrible. I'm in our stores every single day, and I had one of those moments, and I was like, where is that cheese? And lo and behold, when you walk into our stores in the produce area, there is cut up fruit and cut up meats and cut up cheese, because it's supposed to be a really quick grab and go for when you have these last minute, oh, wait, we have the football team is coming over, and I need to give them some stuff. So cubed cheese is always really great. So Maddie is going to take an apple, take a piece of cheese, and break up a piece of thick cut bacon. And all on a toothpick.
You're kidding.
Yes.
That's it?
That's it. That's all we have to do.
Okay, that's good. That's a
Right?
quick snack.
It's a quick snack. And Maddie, can you tell us a little bit, first of all, what's your favorite snack?
Sure.
I gotta ask a registered dietitian. A soon-to-be registered dietitian what her favorite snack is.
Recently, this is probably like perfect timing, but I've really been liking apple and peanut butter.
Oh, sure.
There we go.
my
What did
go-to.
Reba pay you to say that?
I did have one for a snack today, so that was good timing. But yeah, I like apples, and I like how this has like different textures and different flavors. I'm a big texture person when it comes to food, so I feel like this is a good snack. But I would say the apple and peanut butter is mine.
Well, and you bring up a really good point. It is so that whole like you eat with your eyes type thing. I mean, you don't really eat with your eyes, but you know where we're going with
Sure,
this.
yeah.
Texture, color, the different flavors and how they blend together. I believe that is how we really learn to love our food, and we feel fuller. You and I got into a great conversation about mindful eating and how important that is. You know, when you're hungry and you're like, okay, forget it. Let me just grab that bag of pretzels. And you're doing this and just shoving the pretzels in your mouth. Are you really enjoying that? You're not. And
Unless you're my dad. He loves pretzels. That man loves
well,
pretzels.
pretzels are very yummy, but at the same time, how are you really nourishing your body?
Right.
Because, you know, the best way to nourish yourself is to make sure that you're having a wide variety of different foods, because all foods provide different nutrients.
Right.
So, you know, and look how fabulous these look.
Yeah.
There are great little apple jalapeno poppers.
You got sugar from the apple and also the fiber as well, which will help make your digestive system work a little bit harder. And then you got the cheese. And
he wants to be a registered dietitian too, by the way.
You can start tomorrow.
You can tell that I know a thing or two.
He knows a few things about food.
About
But you're
food.
right. We have the sweet, we have the spicy, and then we have the bacon.
The
In
savory.
moderation, people. So don't be sending us any kind of like nastygram saying that bacon is not healthy. It's fine. It is literally, it's a little bite.
Yeah.
And it's good, right? So we have those we're going to keep working on, but we also have...
Oh, you know what you could do? You could put the bacon in between the cheese. That way
Oh,
you can
yeah.
wedge them together.
Very
I know,
smart.
these look so cute though, too.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And it depends on how crispy you're making the bacon. I like the bacon pretty crispy. If you make it a little bit thinner, we'll definitely hold on to these toothpicks.
Yeah.
But this next one is my absolute favorite. And it was a SugarBee recipe that was given to me, I think it was last April at a produce show. And this has stuck with me. And it is, I'm not even going to look up the name because I don't think it has a name. But they're on rice cakes. And it's either peanut butter or almond butter, thinly sliced apples, chocolate, Now, I used melted chocolate because I ended up melting chocolate, but you could use like Nutella or anything.
Perfect.
And then whatever kind of crushed nuts you want. So I have pistachios because that's what I had in house. If you want to do almonds, if you want to do pecans, if you want to do peanuts, I don't care what you do. But look at all the different colors. Look at all the different textures.
Yes.
And this is a snack.
It's a very attractive looking snack. It
Right?
looks good.
And it's quick, it's easy. You could make it ahead of time. I made these earlier on in the afternoon. They still look great. I know they're going to taste great. But again, it's that multi-layer approach to this is something special. I'm going to eat it, and I'm not going to need to eat another snack and another snack and another snack.
Very true.
And for kids too, I feel like it makes it fun, and I feel like appearance is really important for anybody, especially kids though.
It looks like a little pizza.
Yeah. And then, Maddie, I'm going to let you describe this last one.
Okay.
This one is also very near and dear to my heart. And my kids told me, did not ask, they told me that we will be saving these for them.
Oh, they told you this. They demanded this.
They made sure there was some left.
Yes.
But up next, we're going to do the little rocket apples dipped in chocolate. And they kind of look like little spiders in a plastic cup with some eyeball sprinkles on them. So they're really fun, really creative, and they're going to taste delicious too.
Yeah. So do you want to show how we kind of form the legs a little bit there? We'll move this rosemary out of the way. Look at those, Andy.
I love that.
So with the pipe cleaners, we just took 3 of them and cut them in half, and then we kind of bent them to make them look like their legs.
So it's just an apple dipped in chocolate,
Just
but
don't
it ends
eat the
up
pipe cleaners.
But it ends up being fun delivery. And with Halloween on a Friday this year, we're going to be celebrating all weekend.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
honestly, I cannot deal with 3 kids eating candy all weekend. So yes, and I know it's chocolate, but it doesn't matter because it's chocolate wrapped around a great, delicious apple, and it's so cute. So this is the first time ever that I actually used a miniature crock pot to melt the chocolate. So this little guy back here, I had it on low.
Oh, smart.
And it melted the chocolate absolutely perfectly, and then I just dipped the apple. It did harden pretty quick, so you got to move a little bit fast. So if you were using the eyeball sprinkles, you make sure you get those on. Or you can always get, we talked about using like icing, like vanilla, white icing and then a little black gel icing, which we have that as well. So maybe we'll test your artistic ability, Maddie.
Might be a little cross-eyed.
Yeah, but you know what? It's fun, and it's a really fun thing for the kids to do. As I was doing it quietly in my house earlier, it was so peaceful. But if, there were 6 little feet running around this house, they would love to be dipping the apples and putting the eyeballs on and doing the same thing with the pipe cleaner legs. So,
and parents, if you're doing that, make sure you have fun with it, right? Like, take
absolutely.
the time to enjoy spending the time with
They
the
don't
kids.
care if the eyeballs are a little
No.
crooked or if they're sliding down the chocolate.
They
It's
don't
all good. So before we go, because we are going to be wrapping up some of our recipes, Maddie, if you can tell us what made you so interested in nutrition?
Yeah, a lot of things made me really interested in it. I love food, first of all, and I love cooking. My grandmother was actually a dietitian, so I was introduced to the field through her. And I love how food brings people together, and it's not something to be scared of. And I just love, I love making people feel good, and brings people together.
That's very good. And so, what is your what is your nutrition tip? If you were to give people one bit of advice, what do you feel is important for them to hear?
I feel everything's good in moderation, for sure. Nothing's excluded, good or bad. I think everything works in moderation and in balance, and also the mindful eating intuitively. So I think that's listen to your body. So.
That's awesome. And honestly, that's what makes a great registered dietitian, because we do want to enjoy food and celebrate food, but just enjoy it mindfully, and that balance of nourishing our bodies, but still enjoying all the fun things in life.
Absolutely. Great. All right. Well, we got one break left, and on the other side, we're going to be pulling out some of these recipes, some of these dishes that we had cooked up earlier, and you're going to enjoy hearing us enjoy them. That's just how it's going to be. What can I say? We'll be back after a couple of messages here on Redner's Food for Thought.
Redner's Markets makes grocery shopping more convenient with Redner's Ready. Shop online and place your order as far as 4 days ahead or as little as 2 hours before pickup at your selected store. Our personal shoppers handpick your items and accommodate any personal instructions for your grocery needs. There's no difference between in-store and online pricing and no extra cost for pickup. And you can even have your order delivered by DoorDash for a small fee. Skip the trip with Redner's Ready. Shop online at rednersmarkets.com.
If you need new windows or doors, Deluxe is the place to go. Let the Dennis family's installation experts update your home with beautiful maintenance-free windows and doors. Deluxe is an award-winning generational business with over 75 years of expertise serving all price ranges. Experience their quality in person at their gorgeous showroom at 2101 Penn Avenue in West Lawn or visit their website, deluxewindowanddoor.com.
Honey, remember when we got our AC tuned up in the spring and it ran better all summer?
Yeah.
And remember you said, hey, we should do the same thing in the fall when it's time to fire up the furnace?
Yeah. Ooh, wait, I'm having an idea.
Can I be of service?
DHL Bowman Bowman.
When a chill returns to the air, when the approaching winter cold makes you wonder if your furnace is still up to the task, one man will be by your side, fighting for truth, justice, and a furnace you can depend on.
DHL Bowman Bowman.
Can you inspect our furnace before winter?
I can, ma'am. Did you know that the furnace experts at H.L. Bowman can inspect and recalibrate your furnace to factory standards after its long summer slumber?
Hey, we should do the same thing in the spring when it's time to start the air conditioner.
I'm so glad you're here to think of these things.
DHL Bowman Bowman.
Visit HLBowman.com.
Berks County Public Libraries is looking for your input. Guide the future of library services and take the library system community survey. Your responses will help improve library offerings across Berks County. Not a current library patron? All are welcome to share their thoughts on current services and provide feedback. The Berks County Public Libraries Community Survey is available now through October 31st at libraries.org/survey. Just a second.
You will have about 8 minutes for your final segment.
Thank you very much. Always appreciate info like that. All right, we got about 8 minutes. And turn the mics up. Okay. Counting us down. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone, to Redner's Food for Thought. We are here in the final segment of our hour-long diving into cooking up apples. We have an apple expert. We have 2 registered dietitians and 1 very hungry radio host. So,
and an apple expert.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
5th generation apple expert. Doesn't get any better than this.
That's right. So,
happy fall.
I cannot. Yeah, right. Really, look at this spread.
I know.
This feels like a fall spread. It is.
So it's one of those things that you know. Sometimes you show up and you're like, Mayor, what are we making tonight? And I'm like, And then there's times when I'm like, oh, I'm so pumped. And tonight was one of those nights. So like I had super high expectations, and then all of a sudden everything comes done, and you're just like, yes, we got this. So don't forget your Redner's Health Sense magazine, available in stores only for the next week before the November-December holiday edition comes out. This is also available on rednersmarkets.com. But, of course, we do have our SugarBee and our Rocket apples so beautifully inside. And the QR code is here, so that will take you directly to these recipes. But there are many. So get to these websites and go to shalonfresh.com, check it out, and you're going to learn some really cool recipes, breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, all of the above. I think beverages are on there too.
Oh,
so
really?
Some really good stuff. So we made a lot of yummy desserts,
snacks.
I think I just had this brain moment where I'm staring at the food. I'm like, all I want to do is eat it right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They all look delicious.
So we have our cranberry apple brie bites. So pastry puff, the cranberries, the apples, and all we're going to do, if you want to toss on the rosemary, a little bit of rosemary sprig.
So didn't forget the rosemary.
They were in the oven. They were in the oven for only about 20 minutes. They look absolutely great. The puff pastry puffed up. The brie cheese, which is in the bottom there, got nice and gooey and melty. So we have that recipe. Then we also have our flatbread, which is flatbread, some brie cheese, some crumbled up sausage bites, our thinly sliced SugarBee apple, and then I'm going to put a little bit of time. Actually, Andy, I'm going to let you got off the hook today.
Fine.
You didn't get to do anything.
So close.
So I'm going to let you do a little bit of time because that's hard and I can't reach. So you got this.
Yeah. You can put.
Here you go. So you can do the time. And then Maddie was here and we talked about some of these really wonderful apple snacks. I'm looking for my pizza cutter. I don't know where it is, but we're going to figure that out. So the apple snacks, we have the jalapeno poppers. So a cubed apple, cubed pepper jack cheese, and a piece of bacon on a toothpick.
Easy.
It is, Reba, you can do that,
so
right?
Easy, I can do it.
And I know that you're going to go home. If you haven't already done this, I know you're going to go home and do this. It's so great for a party, for entertaining. It looks fabulous, and people are going to think, wow, that's a really cool appetizer, and it's the easiest thing ever. So we have that. Then, of course, my favorite, which are the rice cakes, and rice cakes are not my favorite in any sense of the word of rice cakes.
100%.
No one loves rice cakes.
No.
But all of a sudden you put peanut butter or almond butter on them, a thinly sliced apple, a little bit of chocolate, and then some crushed nuts on top, and all of a sudden it is powerful, nutritious, and absolutely delicious. These are also super cute. These little Halloween spooky spiders, which are made specifically with the rocket apples because they're just sweet and miniature and just so stinking cute. So dipped in melted chocolate, you can either paint the eyes on or you can get the little eye sprinkles. And then, of course, for fun, you want to get the pipe cleaners in there. So that's what we have. Did we get it all?
What are we doing with the honey hot?
Oh, Reba.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Actually, hold on.
Oh.
Andy has this
finish
one.
it.
So the hot and honey,
Yeah.
we are going to do a drizzle over the brie cheese, the sliced apples, and the sausage on the flatbread.
I'll try.
So you can
be
do
sparing.
that. Don't be sparingly. It is absolutely delicious. So we're going to get that done over there. And then we are ready to go. Oh, you're doing like a really nice little curvature there.
I like to cook.
Okay, so I am going in for the brie bite because these, I've made similar things before, but actually not with apples. So I want to give this a try. And Andy already has the pizza cutter in his hand and he is ready to go.
I'll prep you up. What do you think?
You're going to be so happy.
Yeah?
I'll try one of these.
Yeah.
Get one of those. Why don't you have some?
So the flake, yes, Maddie, come on in. Maddie, who loves food. I know you love food. It's always fun to try new recipes. But the flavor of this, the different combinations, the puff pastry, the perfectly diced apples. You did such a great job helping
really
me
good
prep
job.
these. The sprig of rosemary just adds that bit of seasoning. And it is really yummy. How was the Halloween jalapeno popper?
That was so good.
And it's simple. All right, Andy P., you're responsible for telling us how the flatbread is.
All right, I'm going to give it a shot here. I want to make sure I get every little piece in there. Apple. And thyme. Savory. I got to get a little apple in there, though.
I was going to say, make sure you get the sweet there, too.
And sweet. Also the honey hot, not super hot. If anybody wants to try this.
That is awesome. So please check out these recipes. They are available at the SugarBee website and also the Rocket website. Absolutely delicious, quick and easy. There's so many more. And Reba, I want to thank you so much for flying across the country. You are a wealth of knowledge. And of course, we thank you as a farmer's family and as growers. What you do to nourish families really across the United States is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me out here. It's such a pleasure to bring my family's story to your store guests and to be able to tell a little bit about what we do and just truly how passionate we are about our fruit. And I love seeing all the creative ways you use it. It brings it full circle. We're harvesting right now, and to see it being picked and packed and then coming here and watching people buy it and then use it, I just can't quite express how much fun it is and just how much I love this.
Awesome.
Is there ever any downtime?
No. I worked in the orchard, and when you're in the orchard, you're just trying to get it off the tree, and it's kind of a quick process. In the warehouse, you just want to get it into a box. And now I'm in sales, and no, nothing ever stops.
It doesn't.
You constantly want to get it out to market, and we're just so excited about all these great, amazing varieties that we have, and we just want to get it into people's mouths.
I want to know.
Odd as that sounds.
Is there any secret apples that you guys are developing?
Ooh.
Anything?
There's a few things going on.
Okay.
Yep.
Something to look forward to.
She's like, way to blow the secret in. You're hearing it first on Redner's Food for Thought. Just remember that.
Exactly.
There's always something new coming, and it'll be a good, fun new apple, and I can't wait for it to hit markets.
Okay, well, keep us in mind here on the East Coast. That's wouldn't it be great to actually be first before the West Coast and the Midwest people?
No. Yeah.
We're getting there slowly, guys. We got this.
Yeah, we got this.
Well, thank you so much again. Thank you, Maddie, for being here. Thank you, Reba, for being here. Don't forget, check out your Redner's Health Sense magazine at rednersmarkets.com, and we'll see you next month.
And thank you so much to everybody tuning in, and we will, as Meredith said, we'll see you guys next month.